Hello everyone, how's it going today? Simon Shurock with Dave Jones Realty. And today we're here with two great representatives of the Miranda Team Pillar to Post Home Inspectors. I have Bridget and Mike. And today we're going to be talking about the home inspections process and what you guys need to look for and what my great friends here look for when they're doing a home inspection. But before we do that, Bridget, just give us some background on the home inspection and the Miranda Team in general.
Yeah, absolutely. So Pillar to Post is a franchise, and out of the 550 franchise locations nationwide, the Miranda Team was just named Franchise Business Owner of the Year.
Congratulations, there we go. I love it, I love it.
Out of the Pillar to Post franchises in the Northeast, we are ranked #1, and we are ranked #2 nationwide.
Wow.
And that's in terms of revenue and inspection number.
Great,
so we're super excited about that, yeah.
That's lovely, that's lovely. Now, tell me some of the things that you guys, when you go on an inspection, what are some of the things that, the most frequently asked questions that you get from customers that you guys help?
So the main thing that we get first and foremost is if an inspection is pass or fail. Right. And the answer is always no. Contrary to popular belief, you can never pass or fail an inspection.
Right.
The inspector's job is to just give a visual inspection about the major home systems and the different utilities inside the home, and just letting you know what exactly is going on and letting you know what you buy before you buy it or what you're selling before you sell it. Exactly.
So it's more of a thing just to advisory. There's no, like you said, no pass or fail there. This is the information, and it's for knowledge more so.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great, that's great. And what are some of the services that you guys offer? I know people think a home inspection is just home inspection, but if you could break down some of the details of what's included in the home inspection?
Sure, absolutely. So every home inspection company is different, so I'm just gonna talk about our team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so our team, we offer 3 different home inspection packages. We have a Plus, Premium, and our Prestige. Now, going back to your first point, is the second question that I get all the time is how much does it cost? So it does go off of square footage of the home, so that would be something that you would talk to the scheduler about when you call in. So we have our Plus package, which is just the basic home inspection package. And what you get with that is you're still gonna get the same day report, as well as the online digital dashboard, which is the Pillar to Post homepage.
Right.
And we could talk about that in a little bit.
Great, yeah.
The homepage is awesome. And that is our Plus. We have our Premium, and our Premium is our most popular package. And that usually gets bundled in with Radon and Termite testing for an additional cost. And you still get the same day report, you get the homepage, and you also get the P2P 360, which is a 360 camera view and pictures of the home, as well as the P2P floor plan, which just takes the dimensions of every room inside the home, which is great.
I love it.
Yeah, and that lives on the homepage also.
Okay.
And our last is our Prestige, and that comes with allergen testing. And so what does allergen testing usually mean? It's mold testing, air quality testing, and you test for pet dander. You wouldn't believe how many people are allergic to cats and dogs out there. Yeah.
My son as well, so that's something we always must be aware of.
And it's really, really important. You don't realize how much it affects you until you go into a home and you're trying to buy it and you're like, why can't I, why are my allergies bothering me? Yeah, and that's usually the case, right?
Why
so
can't
it's
I
really
breathe?
important to test for that.
Why are my eyes closing in front of my, things like that?
Yeah, exactly. So those are the packages that we offer, and we have a wide variety of additional services. So if you ever have any questions about our additional services, always call into the office, because we have lots of things that you can choose from, but our most popular are radon testing, termite inspection, city sewer line scoping, and well water testing, especially like if you live in an area where you only have a well and septic system. So those are all really, really important, and those are our most popular. And you can actually get those without doing a home inspection too, if somebody just wants to do those standalone.
All right, now everyone knows what a termite inspection is.
Mm-hmm.
Most people, or some, may not know what radon is.
Sure.
So can you just give us some insight on what a radon test is and what does that look for?
Yeah, absolutely. So radon is a colorless, odorless gas. It's noble, it comes from the ground, so it's everywhere in the atmosphere.
Right.
But it's a problem when it gets inside your house. And radon is actually the #1 leading cause of lung cancer in non-smokers. Mm-hmm. So when it gets into your home, it can get into your home mainly through the cracks in the foundation.
Okay.
But it is treatable. So what does that look like? So when you test for radon, you only know if you have it if you test for it.
Okay.
So you can have a monitor set up with us. It's usually during a real estate transaction where it's left in the lowest livable part of the house.
Right.
So that can mean your basement, but if you don't have a basement, that can mean the
first floor.
The first floor.
Right.
But it's usually in the basement. and it's down there for a minimum of 48 hours. It could be in there longer, but during a real estate transaction, it's the minimum of 48 hours.
Okay.
And what it's checking for the different levels of the radon consistently, and it takes the average because radon changes hourly, by the minute, by the day,
Which
just
is
because
why
it
you
is a
need the
gas.
48 hours.
Absolutely. So it takes the average of what it measures, and that's what your number is. So if you have a 4.0 ACI/L picocaries per liter, that means that you're at action level. So that's when it's recommended to mitigate. But if you have a 3.9 or below, it doesn't mean that you're safe from radon. It's just not at action level yet. You can mitigate radon at any point, but 4.0 is the recommended action level. So if you do have high radon, it's always recommended to mitigate.
Great, and for that, we do have one in our great office here that we'll take a look at later with our good friend Mike, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And the radon system that was put into the office is actually by our sister company, Apex Radon Solutions.
Great, 2 for 1 there, you know. Now also besides the home inspections, for the Miranda team, what are some of the other services that you guys offer?
Yeah, so we offer a lot of different things. So are you talking in terms of the clients, or are you talking for real estate agents? Because we do a mixture of both.
Well, for both, because there may be some clients and agents as well that may not be aware of you guys, and this may be something that they know that you now offer.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are actually available for scheduling and questions 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. You're always talking to somebody from our team, whether that's call, text, it's never a robot or a call center.
I know.
It's always somebody.
Good old Bertini.
Yeah, it's always somebody from our team, which is really great. Right. And we value being a resource to agents and their clients. So what exactly does that look like? That's always being available. We actually have a lot of agents that they're on a home inspection and they've never seen something before. We have some of them take pictures and send it into the office, and we can send it to the inspectors to get, what exactly am I looking at here? I've never seen this before. We get that. I've actually gotten that twice in the last week, which is really cool.
Things are changing.
Yeah, so something else that we offer for real estate agents is we offer free CE classes, which is great. So I think you guys have until next February to get your classes in.
Let us all know.
So we do that too. And we do a lot of first-time home buyer seminars, home seller seminars, office presentations, just talking about our team and different home inspection, things that you can see on a home inspection and things like that. So just trying to spread education as much as we can.
Great. Well, I do want to thank Bridget and Mike for this segment here. What we're gonna do in the next part, we're gonna have our good friend Mike. We're gonna go take a look down in our utility room. He's gonna give us some behind the scenes of what the inspection does and what they look for, things of that nature. So I wanna thank you guys. It's been great.
Thanks so much, Simon. And I just wanna plug you, you're amazing. Simon uses us all the time. He's been using us for years and he's fantastic.
Yeah, it's one of those things that just, the reason is we always offer multiple different inspection teams, but you guys have always been the ones that, for me personally and my clients, has given them the most comfort, their knowledge, and the package that you guys give on top of the great recommendations. When you guys give that great, I always look at the book you guys give with all the great recommendations, and it just shows that you guys are genuinely wanting to make sure that the clients are happy with their purchase. So that's why we always go back.
Yeah, our main goal is to provide confident home ownership to clients.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much,
Thank
Simon.
you guys.
Hi, I'm Mike from the Miranda Team Home Inspectors. So today I'm just going to go over some of the major systems that we do during home inspections. My job is to give our clients a better understanding on what they're buying. Okay, we give them a whole gang of information. We don't expect them to remember everything. Everything will be in the report, detailed report with a ton of photos. We talk about improvements. We talk about ways to, maintenance tips. Because when you own a home, there's always room for improvements and the maintenance never ends, okay? But my biggest concerns are safety. Safety's number one, structural, water leaks, deterioration. So we have to check everything. So today we're just gonna kind of go over a couple of items in a utility room here. I've already taken this panel off to make sure there's no safety concerns inside this panel. I do see a couple of deficiencies here that I would call out on my report. So first of all, what I'm looking for when I open up a panel is to make sure there's no water inside the panel. Make sure nothing's coming in from the conduit from the exterior. We also look to make sure it's dry, clean, And also to make sure no mice could actually get in there. As you can see here, you have some openings. We got where mice could actually get in here and nest inside the panel. That is a safety concern, so that should be sealed up. We also look for double taps. Double taps when you have more than one wire going into each breaker. As you can see, this one here has a double tap. So I would call that as a licensed electrician should separate that and to make sure it doesn't overheat. Okay, there's other safety concerns that we look for to make sure that everything is running safe in your electrical system. And we gotta make sure the wire size is the right appropriate size to each size of the breaker. In this case, everything looks pretty good besides the double tap. Over here, I didn't take this panel off, but I do see a safety concern. Right here, there's a little plastic breaker right here. Then there's the one above it's missing. This is dangerous because you can get kids, someone to stick their fingers in there and it could be fatal. So the 50-cent piece of plastic could save someone's life. Okay, so that would be something I would call out as well. All right, we're gonna continue on to some of the other things that we're seeing in the utility room. I can see the water main system here. So you can see the water pipe coming in from the street. That's a copper line, that's good. It's the least corrosive metal. And then you could have your shut-off valves here. So if I was to turn this down, it would shut the water off to the entire building, okay? To make sure there's no leaks, no corrosion on there, and everything with this looks good. The only suggestion I would be making here is to make sure you have a clear path to that shut-off valve in case it was an emergency and you needed to shut the water down quickly, all right? So all this stuff here, I would probably store somewhere else. Then we got your hot water heater, okay? So this is a Bradford White, very common. We see these out in the homes all the time. You can get, what I look for here is, first of all, age. Age is very important on a hot water heater because after 12 or 15 years, it's time for the hot water heater to go, no matter what condition it's in. Well water, usually 10 or 12 years because it's a lot more corrosive. City water, you usually get the 12, 15 years. But after each year, after 15, you're really playing Russian roulette with your water heater because sometimes the water doesn't just trickle out, it will flood your basement until someone comes down and shuts the water off, okay? This particular one here, I actually looked up the age. You could find the age on serial numbers on hot water heaters. This one here, it was a 2011. So we know it's getting older. So another year or two, I would suggest this to be replaced, all right? And then what we would also do is I use my infrared camera a lot of times to take water temperatures when I'm running water upstairs to make sure it's not too hot. And there's ways you could actually adjust the hot water if it is too hot so no one gets burned. We could back it up 1 second. I wanted to show you another thing we do with the infrared camera is we'll scan the wires in the breakers inside the panel and we look to make sure there's nothing overheating. Right here you can see a warm breaker, but it's not hot. It's only 89 degrees. Oh, hold on, let me get my glasses. Yeah, it's only 79 degrees. That's not hot. If it was like 130, I'd be calling it out. We'll move on to the heating system. Right now we have a high efficiency hot air furnace right here. What makes it high efficiency? Well, it's all about the heat exchanger inside these units here. The heat exchanger with the high efficiency, it basically takes heat from the exhaust as well as the regular fuel heating up the heat exchanger. So what it does is instead of the mid-efficiency ones, furnaces where it exhausts out the chimney and you lose a lot of heat out the chimney. With the high efficiency ones, it recycles that exhaust and it reheats the heat exchanger, so you're getting more for your dollar. So that's why I prefer the high efficiency furnaces. All right, so this particular one here is a 2003 type unit. So 2003, it's basically considered past its life expectancy, believe it or not, even though it's working fine. The flame looks nice and bright blue, so it's burning well. But you just don't know how many more years you're gonna get out of it. What I would highly recommend is to make sure when you get a furnace that's 20 plus years old, that you make sure you have your carbon monoxide detectors in place. That's the most important tool you can have in your house when you have an old furnace, because they could develop, the heat exchanger could develop a little pinhole in it, and the exhaust could start slipping into the ductwork, and obviously that's not good. So, all right. And last over here, if we can get a look at it, is there's a radon mitigation system that we were talking about a little bit earlier. All right, you can see it's actually piped into the floor. So what they do is they cut a hole in the floor. They take out about 5 or 10 gallons of earth from underneath the concrete slab here. They put a pipe in it, they pipe that up, seal it up, and then they pipe that pipe to the exterior. They attach a fan to it, and then they pipe that up past the roof line. That fan will be running 24/7, and it's gonna be sucking the air from under the house before it gives it a chance to permeate up through it. Because with radon, like Bridget said earlier, it will still be coming up from little cracks in the basement. And when you build 4 walls and ceilings, it can get trapped inside your basement and elevate the levels. So you wanna make sure the levels are safe. In America, I believe a 1.3, according to the EPA, is the national average. Real estate transaction is a 3.9 or better is what they recommend to have it down to. So that's a mitigation system. We can learn more about that after.
Okay, so I just want to thank everyone here for watching, and thank Mike and Bridget of the Miranda Team, Pillar to Post Home Inspections, for the knowledge on the home inspection side. And one more thing before we go, just wanted to add.
Yep, so the Miranda Team, like I said earlier, we're available 7 days a week for scheduling and for any of your questions, 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. And we go anywhere in the state that you go. And I want to say thank you so much, Simon, for having us. It's so awesome. And, hi, everybody at home.
All right, so remember, if you guys have any questions, give me a call, 203-695-6060, regarding any of your real estate needs. And Bridget, what's the number to give? I know it's going to flash under there, but also we just want to give it to them verbally.
You can call or text us at 203-526-8183.
You'll get one of the great guys here, even Mike, coming out to your home to do the great inspection. Okay?
Out there, yeah.
All right, take care.